That's a really great question. I talk about it with friends quite a bit because certainly they'll ask, when they see the photos of the boys. And, I would say number one reason, time goes really quickly. And these, as you said at the top of our conversation, these memories are sort of bound forever with these photographs.
Hmm.
And I think that that in itself, to me, is why it's an investment, not an expense, because I know that, you know, years and years and years from now, when my kids are, graduating from high school and, going out on their own and, having their own kids at some point, we all love going back and looking at photos of ourselves as
Yes.
kids, right? My mom was even recounting recently a story to us that we would spend hours just going through the photo albums, and they just didn't have the same amount of photos that we do today because the technology that we have. So I know that it's almost like an investment I'm making, but that one day they're going to be able to, they'll always be able to benefit from going back and kind of seeing um, kind of how they've grown and how they've progressed. I go 4 times a year because I feel like, again, I love being able to capture them both on their birthdays, but I love to be able to do at least one family shot. I want them to be able to see, how happy we were as a family, and I think it's important for them to kind of see even what we looked like when they were 3 and when they were, 2. And I think you have to, one of the things I've learned is you just have to go with the flow and really relinquish the session to you. I think that when I started to early on, I maybe would be more like, okay, I'll try to control how I pose and how I don't pose and how the kids are going to be. And I think a couple of sessions in, I just realized you are going to make sure everyone's comfortable and calm. You're going to actually tell us, put your chin up, put your chin down, because you want us to look our best. You're not
Yes.
going to waste your time or our time if we've got, I think a lot of people are worried about, double chins or, my hair is going to be out of place. And even when, I've had a hair out of place in a photo, I kind of makes me smile because, we aren't professionals, meaning we are not, the
Mhm.
models are not professionals, but this is just real life. And I think it's really captured for me some incredible moments. And I find what's really great too is that it ties back to what was going on in our lives at that time, regardless of whether, I'll remember, oh, at that age, Harrison was just learning how to walk. And so, it brings back memories too, even though it wasn't necessarily happening at that session. So I guess my advice to most people is, one, try it at least once,
Mhm.
and just let yourself kind of get involved in the experience and have fun. Don't worry so much about smiling, everything from like showing your teeth and not showing your teeth. Really just relinquishing the session to you and following your direction, because I think when we've done that, we've had the best sessions when we just kind of relaxed and let you kind of guide us accordingly, actually paying you to take ownership, right? And tell
Yes.
me what I should be doing and where I should be standing, and how, let you do what you need to with the kids so we can get those shots. I'm always amazed. People say to me, "What do you mean it was only 10 minutes? How do you have 10 minutes?" I'm like, they're children. They only give you probably 5 of those 10. And you've got to move quickly. And that's one of the things I've always appreciated. I mean, we've so many photos, but when you actually calculate how much time we spent with you, you would probably spend more time working on the photos
Oh yeah,
than we've actually
absolutely.
spent with you in the studio, right?
And I think so many people are used to booking a session that's like 45 minutes or an hour long,
Right.
which is not how I operate. And so I think probably people are surprised when they hear off when you come, like, man, 4 hours of photography sessions in a year? Like, whoa. Whereas it's probably actually 45 minutes total
Totally.
over
Totally.
the year. And that's just what works really well for me. And I have found with kids that if I see a kid once a year, that doesn't really give me a chance to get to know them and develop a rapport with them. But
Right.
if I see them like 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year,
Right.
Well, then all of a sudden I have a relationship with them. And so when we do start shooting, like they don't need time to
Right.
settle in because they know me. And they know what to expect, and they know it's not going to be painful, right? Like it's going to be really
Absolutely.
fast. And I have toys, which always helps.
Well, and we always say we're going to Miss Sarah's house, and Harrison definitely knows where we're going and what we're intending to do. Sullivan, not so much yet, but
He
Harrison
will.
definitely knows. Exactly, exactly.